Hey guys, it's Marty from Two Line Slot Cars, and this week we are going to tackle the Carrera NASCAR. And we got this little ring from Oscar at Slot Invasion. So let's dive in and see what this is. So guys, I got a package a few weeks ago from Oscar at Slot Invasion, SlotinvasionUSA.com. And I didn't know what it was. It was a surprise. And when I opened it up, it was the new guide, Slot Invasion guide and support bracket. It's the Carrera 132nd guide kit. And he sent me a front mount and a rear mount. And what this allows you to do is use a regular Slot Invasion guide and mount this well-made aluminum bracket and replace the Carrera guide. Now, this is a stock Carrera guide. Also in the package, Oscar put some golf-colored Slot Invasion guides for Carrera. And these guides are fantastic for Carrera cars. Work fantastic on Carrera Track. I've not had any problems with the Slot Invasion guides on Policar Track either. Seems to work really well. The only track that I've had an issue with is the slot is a little narrow on Scaly Track. So yeah, but just a little bit of sandpaper, you can take care of that. Shave the guide down just slightly, and you're fine. But anyway, and I thought, I've already done some work to this NASCAR. It's good. Right now, it's got the Professor motor magnets in it that Oliver sent me. And I don't normally run magnets, so I'm probably going to pull those out. I'm running super tires on this that Pamela sent me. And so I thought, why not install the guide kit that Oscar's released in this as well? So this might as well be a test car. And then we'll throw it on the Policar Track and see how it goes. But first, I will take the magnets out because I usually run no magnets, and we're going to see how it runs. But let's tear it apart. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to take this car apart, and this car actually is has 4 screws. And if you watch the magnet video, when I installed the Professor motor magnets in it, I've already kind of gone through this. A little cubby hole. I'll take advantage of my 3A 3D setup block. The organizer comes in very, very handy. I really like it. So there we have it. Set the body aside. So while I'm thinking about it, I'm going to remove this magnet. This magnet was actually underneath the motor. So we'll see if I can pop this motor out. Made some adjustments to the image just to improve the quality. So when we look at this, we can see that this is a rear mount. So we will come over and grab the rear mount kit. Cool thing that he put it in the ring box. I think that's pretty cool. We will also need to install some braid, but we'll get to that. So let's take the old out. There are 2 screws, and we'll reuse these screws. Now I know there's lots of videos out there already that people have done this, but sometimes people don't find it. So Oscar was kind enough to send this to me. I want to make sure that I do a video. So the beautiful thing about Carrera is they already have all these plugs. Pretty easy to unplug that. Keep this because you never know. You might want to put the guide system back in. Okay. So now this will snap in. And I guess it's possible that you might just go ahead and take this apart. This is rear mount, so this should mount right in here. It looks like for this, I'm probably going to have to do a little bit of surgery. If you can see this, it doesn't drop right down into this NASCAR. It's close, but it rubs the chassis just a touch. Okay, so now we're going to have to take a look at that and see what needs to change. Okay, so there's these little ribs right here on the chassis that the bracket hits. And so what I think I want to do is I'm going to pop the front axle off. And where this will sit right in there, I'm going to remove this plastic. As you can see where I just cut that plastic. I'm going to do the same thing on this side. And I just messed it up. So don't do what I just did. I just cut part of the chassis that holds the front axle in. Of course. Okay, that's interesting. So maybe the NASCAR's not the best. Well, so I'm probably going to have to glue that bearing in now. But I did make room for this to work. So let's go ahead and install that back in. And then we'll tackle the damage that I've done. And this is why I'm making a video. So you don't do what I did. I saw the easy path, and that's what I did. And I cut too much. So now it won't hold the bearing. I'm going to have to glue that, and that's going to be a weak spot now. Yep, that is not going to snap in there and hold that anymore. So, dumb move on my part. I should have paid attention, but once I pulled that axle out, I didn't notice it. Let me put it out here. And as you can see, now I'm going to have to glue that. Okay, so we're going to glue it. I've got some CA glue here. And I'm going to put just a touch. Set that in place. And we'll let that glue dry. And we'll come back to it after it's dried. So now that the glue has dried, you can see the repair I've done. This one is correct. This one I cut too much plastic and I cut the axle stay just right there. So now I had to glue that to get that axle to stay. But now we have fixed that. Now I'm just going to put it's hard to see because it's red on red. Put that guide in. And now, boy, that works so well. Doesn't catch. Nice and smooth. We'll tighten that up. Wow, that looks fantastic. That guide moves really well. Now we have the axle back on. It's glued in place. The bushing. And then now we just need to wire this back up. So let's get some braid. Now I use slotted braid. It's kind of washed out. Sorry for the bad colors. I like this braid. I usually cut about an inch of braid. Okay, I've got 2 pieces of braid, about an inch long. That might be a little long, but that'll give me plenty to work with. I'm going to leave a little at the top and then fold the rest down. And then after I get it wired up, I'll show you how I like to set up my braid. And down through, I'll leave a little out of the top. I can always trim that. And then I'll fold that down as well. And then I like to put it on the setup block and press it down. So now I have some lead wire. And trying to decide, do I want to reuse the plug or eliminate the plug? And I really don't want to eliminate the plug, but it might be what we have to do. And I'm going to take it over and solder. Okay, now we're back. I've soldered these connections. And I'm going to talk a little bit about setting up my braid. I like to get first the braid to be laying flat on the guide. So let's get it flat so then we can shape it the way we want. And as you can see, it's flat, completely flat, right? And then I take my small 0.9 hex and I basically bring it up and push it to the front of the guide, the front of that braid. And just to give me just a tiny bit of hump, and then I fray out these back edges, and then I kind of push the braid together so that it widens that braid out a bit. Okay. And I get that shape, kind of the curl a little bit. And this is kind of what I'm going after. So that the shape, these are just a touch long, but if you run digital, you kind of need them to be a little longer. And that's the shape I'm going after. You can see that little bit of a hump in the front. Now, when it gets on the track, that'll start laying a little flatter after some laps, but it adds a little bit of spring to that braid that I like to have so that it's always pushing down on the rails. Okay. So there we go. There's our braid. I like the shape. That should be pretty good. And now we'll put the car back together and throw it on the track. 4 screws. Now, I've not worked on trying to get body float in this yet. Mainly because I didn't know if we'd run a class at Cincy Slots where it would need to be pretty much stock. I didn't want to do a lot of changes, but I think with this change, I probably have decided that this isn't the car that I would run at Cincy Slots in the NASCAR class if they had a NASCAR class. But my guess is there's not enough liveries yet. So these are going to tight. And now we're going to test it out on the Policar Track because I've not run this on the Policar Track yet. And so let's head over to the Policar Track and see how we like this new guide. Snaps back to the middle. I like that. Braid looks good. Let's see how she runs. Okay, guys, we're running the green lane with the DeFalco controller. Let's see how the car performs with the guide kit from Slot Invasion. Running at 12 volts, so the car's not super peppy, but it's hooked up really well. The super tires really help, but I really like the feel of the guide. Working really well on this track. Looks fantastic. What a great setup. Well done, Slot Invasion. Oscar, thanks for sending that to me. And man, that car looks great. It's getting great contact from the braids. Now I need to try it on the digital track and see how that's working. But there we go, fast lap in the green lane. Very good. Love it. Well done, Oscar. Thanks, Slot Invasion. Go to SlotinvasionUSA.com to get your Carrera Guide Kit using the Slot Invasion guides. Guys, there you have it. The SlotinvasionUSA.com guide kit for Carrera. Performed really well on the track. I'm super impressed with it. I really like it. The guide returns to the middle like it's supposed to. Well done. This is a nice upgrade. If you like running regular braid and not the Carrera braid, running a regular Slot Invasion guide, this is your option. And I just really like the quality of the kit. Did a nice job. So go to SlotinvasionUSA.com or SlotinvasionUSA.com to order yours. They have a front mount and a back mount, so you might want whatever car you're ordering it from, you want to open it up and make sure you get the right one. And go check them out. If you like this kind of content, hit the subscribe button and give me a thumbs up. Hit the bell so you get notified anytime I put out new content. Really appreciate you tuning into this video. Slot Invasion, quality products. Oscar, thanks for sending this to me. And this car's a great runner now. Maybe I can kick my brother's butt with it. I doubt it. Thanks for tuning in. As always, go have fun racing.